Welcome to today's video. Today's video is about how you cannot regulate your emotions at the moment. Something's going on. Something's upsetting you. There's chaos. There's things falling apart around you. Maybe you're dropping things. Before I started recording, both of my decks went everywhere. But the cards that I had put aside both fell upright. So regardless of what's going on in your life, you are going to find a solution. So we are talking about a Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, okay? You're happy, go-lucky, you're attractive, things are working around you, but there's also this side of you, and we all have to keep this monster, right, at bay, right? It is probably the shadow, right? We all have work to do every day, right? And maybe you have been working on the aspects of yourself that you don't like. Maybe from some trauma. We've all been through some trauma, regardless of what it is. Whether you lost a pet, a parent, you were abused, or you abused drugs, or whatever the case may be. You know, something's going on in your world, okay? Because things grow around you, right? You're all on your own. Most likely you isolate yourself. Most likely you know that, or you've learned that most people aren't who they say they are. And sometimes people want to pull you out of character. And maybe this is you. Someone, something wants to pull you out of character, okay? So obviously the Wands is about passion, inspiration, right? You go and go get it, right? Strong willpower, okay? So the Queen of Wands is about having courage. You're self-assured. You're determined. People like you. And maybe that is why people at work or somewhere in your life, someone wants to pull you out of character. All right, in general, the Queen of Wands is reading meaning may depict a person of extreme focus and fiery passion. This is you. He or she is courageous and individualistic, though at times she may appear self-centered. And maybe this is what people think about you, all right? Because people have problems with people who are self-assured, who are confident. People who don't have confidence, who are stuck in the matrix, don't understand that what loving yourself looks like. And when someone comes around who loves themselves and won't allow people to abuse them or hassle them or make them turn cold or this or that or act in a certain way, people are going to take it as you're too much, right? Because most people aren't confident in themselves because they don't know who they are. Okay, because somewhere around you, they want you to be cold, all right? They want you to be a Queen of Swords, but upside down, right? They want you to fit in with the people at work, somewhere around you, maybe your household, maybe your siblings, somewhere. Something wants you to have conflict within yourself, all right? Because maybe you're too much. Maybe somebody wants to humble you, okay? Some people are that silly. They may think that you're not who you say you are. That you're faking it till you make it. All right? They want to cause conflict within you, so all they have to do is sit back and say, see? He or she is not who they say they are. Because people that don't do the work, who choose not to do the work, to look at within themselves and say, hey, you know, I do have a problem, let me fix it. Those people take shortcuts. If they can't take you down, they'll tell other people stories about you and change their perspective, because that's what this whole world is about. Controlling people's perspective, because people don't know who they are, and most people are dumb and gullible because they would rather listen to other people than do the work to understand and see things from a higher perspective. Okay? So obviously they want you to be pessimistic towards you and others. They want you to be malicious, harsh, bitter, because this way what you are seeking will not find you, because you're going to be vibing at a very low frequency. These people have nothing going on in their lives because of how they are. They're upset, they're hateful, they hate their lives, but they put on a smile and a mask. They're deceitful. Okay? And this is what they want for you, because nothing in their life works out. And they want to see you just like them, so they don't feel bad about themselves, because obviously this Queen of Swords is upside down. They want you to be overthinking. They don't want you to follow your heart. They want you to be emotional in whatever situation you find yourself in. You have to start thinking more objectively, because your emotions could lead you astray, and that is what they want. They don't want to see you confident. Take the time to look at the situation, you using various facts, and use your head to create a clearer picture of what is really going on. Only then can you decide what your next move should be. Okay? Because there's times, right, that maybe you're out of the elements, maybe you're off of work, you're away from these people, and you're like, you know what, I need to move on. Okay? This water is turbulent. This is where you're at. You want to go over here. And that's what the Six of Swords is, right? You want to go to calmer waters. As you can see, there's a man and a woman and a child. Okay? And they want to go somewhere where you have to leave these things behind. That's what this is. You have to leave the baggage at the door. That is pretty much the Six of Swords, all right? Creating distance from the people that are trying to get you to be out of character. All right? Accept your lessons and move on. You are so much better on your own. Ghost these people and leave them alone. The meaning of the Six of Wands is that you are experiencing a transition of some kind, but one that is not happy and fulfilled and filled with regret. This transition will most likely be a result of decisions you made in the past, and now they are forcing you to leave something behind in order to move forward. Despite your sadness, you need to remember that moving on is the ideal option for your future. But then you get in the way, right? Because the sword's about being in the mind, all right? Look at this. See? You think, I need to be calm, cool, and collected, leave something behind, and then your thoughts come in and try to smite you down with that sword. Look at how chaotic that is, right? You're leaping before you're looking. Okay? Again, there's a lesson in what you're going through. Okay? Because the Knight of Swords, it's about being impatient. Maybe you're trying to be perfect. I don't know. Something is going on. All right? Because when you are thoroughly obsessed by a certain idea and strongly wish to manifest it, we are oftentimes so blinded by the actual desire for its fulfillment that we fail to note the difficulties which we may come across, or the actions and consequences that it could bring. The Knight of Swords is a very powerful figure that is full of life as well as energy. This needs to be balanced, and this is the overall energy. This is about you finding balance with a proper and actual realization of compassion and responsibility, and you will see where this comes in. I use 2 decks to verify this energy, okay? And I'll show you where the compassion comes in. So what you need to do is the 3 of Wands. Okay? You need to move forward. Okay? And the Wands is about willpower. This is all on you. Okay? You have to make these moves, okay? This is about looking ahead, looking to the future, seeing the big picture, all right? This is the last card before I get into the 2 major arcanas. The next one, the next 2 major arcanas I will get into right after this. But again, it started with Wands and it ended with Wands, okay? It's about creating momentum in your life. It's about your intuition. This person is high in a mountain looking down on the ocean, and his ships are coming in. He's got one hand on a wand saying there's growth, looking ahead, taking charge. The meaning of the 3 of Wands hints that you are planning or going to plan in the future with more conviction. This could mean that everything around you around your plans is going smoothly, as you have taken the time to plan for your future and are taking steps to turn your plans into action. It hints that you are perhaps creating a stable foundation for yourself, because the major arcana that I pulled is the Lovers, okay? And the Lovers, I can't leave it on there because of these people being naked, blah, 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 YouTube, okay? Again, it's about the Lovers, okay? And it's about finding balance within yourself, okay? Because the Two of Cups is the Two of Cups, but this is a major arcana, all right? And it's the Lovers. And it's right after the Hierophant, okay? This is your journey. Right now, you are called to find love for yourself, have compassion, balance, unity, okay? This is all about balance, okay? Because when I dealt out the Lovers and the Moon, at the bottom of the deck when I turned it over was the Temperance. And again, it's about balance. You need to find balance, but we're talking about the Lovers. The primary meaning within the Lovers is harmony, attractiveness, and perfection in relationship. The trust and unity that the Lovers have given each other, or have given each of them confidence and strength, empowering the other. The bond that it has created is very strong, and it can indicate that the two are joined in marriage and other close and intimate relationships. Another meaning, all right, behind the Lovers card is the concept of choice, a choice between things that are opposing and mutually exclusive. This could be a dilemma that you need to think about carefully and make the best decision for your situation. This is what I'm talking about. You have to make the best choice for your situation, because obviously the moon is here, right? And the moon is about illusions. You're not seeing the answer. Okay, you can't see clearly. Duality. Okay, because there's two sides of you trying to fight for dominance. Okay, as you can see, there's a dog on the left and a wolf on your right. And these are the two sides of you. The dog is domesticated, the wolf is not. See what I'm saying? They're trying to get you to split yourself. There's a salamander, there you are, coming out of your unconscious, coming out of your emotions. Going down that trail you see right down the middle. And then there's these two towers. Again, you have to go in between them, because this is about being confused. This is about being a complex situation. Again, your unconsciousness with the water down here below. All right. On one hand, the moon card can symbolize your imagination is taking the best of you. In the dark of the night, you are taking a path that you are unsure of, for there could be a danger lurking in the depths. You are the crawfish embarking on a path in the card. Like I said, right down here. The moon's light can bring you clarity and understanding, and you should allow your intuition to guide you through the darkness. And again, you have to find the balance. You're being guided. This is the video for you. This will come across your screen when you're ready. All right. This is a timeless reading in the past, future, or present. You will find it when you need to. Okay. In the Temperance, creating balance. As you can see, the Temperance has 1 foot on land and 1 foot on the water. Okay, it's about balance. It's about finding balance within your emotions. There's 2 suns in this, and you will find growth. Things will work out for you. You will find the light once you find a balance. As you can see, peace is what you're looking for. Right now, you don't have peace. Maybe you're losing patience with yourself. They don't want to see you calm, tranquil, and have harmony within yourself. Why? Because they don't have these qualities within themselves. That's why people want to poke at you, talk about you behind your back, and do the most. In moments where there is anxiety or great stress, you have been able to remain calm throughout. You are a person who has mastered the art of not letting things get to you. This is where you need to be. And this allows you to achieve much more progress in all areas you seek out to explore, because these people want you to act out, because they want to stop you from shining. They want to stop you from reaching for the stars. They want you to be just as useless as them, because they're scared to face their shadow. They're scared to face themselves. The Temperance card suggests moderation and balance, coupled with a lot of patience. Where this card appears, there is a suggestion that extremity in any situation is to be avoided. Okay? And so the other deck I use is my old deck, and this is about change, quick change. You need to let the lies fall and break apart. You need to prove them wrong. This is what I feel this card is here to do. Okay? They want you to fall apart. Again, you need to find balance with the Four of Swords, because the card right before this was the Three of Swords. Okay? So as you can see, there's a sword down here, right? This is the Four of Swords. But the reason they have three swords is to remind you of the BS that you have put behind you with the Six of Swords. It's about leaving stuff behind. You have to never mind the haters, okay? What you have to do is give yourself love. Sit there patiently, ponder, cover your cup. Show your self-love. Other people, 99% of people aren't worth your time. Okay? Most people don't want to do the work. You have. And why you want to put love into yourself is so you can be in the energy of the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is about having a good, comfortable life. They don't have this comfortable life. They don't want you to attain it. They want you to be low vibrational like them, because they don't want you to have plenty in your life. They don't want you to be financially independent. They don't want you to receive messages like you see that little bird on her hand from the Most High. But the sun is here, and this is about your inner child. As you can see, there's a child riding a horse, and there's all sorts of growth. Again, this is the third sun. There was 2 with the Temperance, and this is 3. This is your message. All is going to be well once you find balance with yourself. Once you accept all the good and the bad aspects of yourself. There's good and bad in me. There's good and bad with everyone else. We're all capable of doing crazy, evil things when the time comes. But you choose to be good regardless of what situation comes your way. They can't. So they want to prove you wrong. I hope you're getting what I'm putting down. If you found this video informative, if you like it, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a share. Help me grow this channel so we can definitely have more conversations like this. And I will see you in a later video.